I've actually had all this for well over a year now. Sorry for not mentioning sooner, and I'll explain soon. Well, I got most of the remaining images from the Getter Love website more than a year ago from Kristina Potts herself, who is evidently now married. You can view it all in a link in the description. To start with, there are 2 more folders themselves here than when I created my previous video. Here is the super-deformed gallery that I mentioned in my first video. I did mention having supposedly seen full-body versions of these before, but I'm not sure whether Kristina had lost them or I simply misremembered what I had seen before. The other folder contains these 2 images, supposedly representing the development team. For those of you who may have visited since that update, I actually noticed a little mishap with the backgrounds, where several covered images were misnumbered and wound up overwriting the shrine and the house of Player 1. Thankfully, I was able to recover those 2 on Wayback Machine, just like when I got started. Besides the possible full-body SDs, the only items still missing are Alfonso's images to accompany his biography, and Reika's half-body as per the pattern I've noticed here. If anyone watching this has any of those, or anything I might still not be aware of, I would be grateful to have them back. Other than that, again, you can view everything in a Google Drive link in the description. That said, I don't have any specific plans to create a Getter Love wiki or a TV tropes page, given how much I usually have going on at a time. However, if anyone else is interested in creating, say, Panda Love Wiki, I'd be glad to visit such a thing once I get around to playing the actual game's translation. Dr. Eggman had also shown me an attempted translation of the website itself, but it is obviously dead in the water. As you can see here, he had deleted all of his messages shortly after our exchange ended, followed by his account itself after cycling through several different usernames. Let me also mention that ozidual had ironed out some bugs a while ago, including at least one that would softlock the game at Ayumi or Meihua's interview. You will not find this on ronhacking.net. It is available instead on Mediafire. Now, here are the settings that you need on RMG Portable in order to avoid or minimize any sound, display, performance, or control issues. That should give the map cursor just the right speed, while providing you enough speed for during mini-games. On a keyboard, you will likely want it on 80%. Make sure you also have the current version. Download that online. If you check for updates through the emulator, it'll get stuck at 100% while installing. And no, I never got around to patching the game yet. Originally, I bought a controller adapter by Mayflash, which did work all that time ago. It stopped working recently, and I bought a wireless controller by Kiwitata. Initially, the emulator did register all inputs except for the Z trigger. This here is a wired equivalent controller for those of you who prefer to keep things simpler than to fiddle with a receiver. Even though this was also designed for the Switch, it will register instead as Retrobit. Before long though, I fixed all problems simply by downloading the current version. Do make sure, though, to have your device all set up before launching the emulator in order for them to actually appear in the input device dropdown. As for why I didn't mention any of this sooner, previously... But as things stand, Get Her Love will now be just one of 5 inaugural games through which I plan to showcase my unique way of playing video games. The first of those 5 is specifically going to be Earthbound, as I actually planned originally, whenever I can hire someone for the finishing touches of a ROM hack in progress, and I will make a video soon on what's already been done there. To begin with, before Ozzy discovered that bug, I figured the rest of that website's content would be brief enough to combine with my Earthbound content into one video, having already promised that. I did not expect things with Earthbound to take nearly as long as they did, but after several delays and startovers, I got sick of the game for a while. However, it still took a while to dawn on me to break the planned video up into several separate ones as my plans got increasingly overblown. You can read the full story here on Reddit, through just one link in the description this time. As things stand though, the hack is already nearing completion, and yes, I do recall saying that before, but one key difference is that I intend to implement the remaining changes personally, as opposed to commissioning them for reasons I mentioned early in the post. That, however, is just one task out of a dozen on my current agenda. Just so no one feels like I'm still blowing my viewers off though, I do have another video planned first, in order to establish context for a recurring feature in my planned ROM hack series. To be clear, said feature will occupy a separate patch from each game's main hack to be tested for compatibility so as not to alienate players needlessly. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe, and I will see you around hopefully much sooner this time around.